was technically named after my mother. Her last name is Moore. I have roots all over the place. I've even heard I had Irish roots, some Caribbean roots, some Native American roots. My family migrated from the south to the north, which was from Louisiana to Michigan. And that's where my parents met. That's as far as I know. I think they migrated north because that was the trend at the time, to have a better life and to not be in such a hostile climate with racism and segregation and things like that. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and we grew up in a pretty tough neighborhood. There were a lot of things happening around me, robberies, assaults, pretty much the worst of the worst. Murders, break-ins, home invasions, all of the above. And my house felt like a capsule. Like, it felt insulated from the outside world because there was a lot of love inside my home from my grandmother. She made sure that we were protected. My grandmother took care of me because my parents were teenagers and they were not in a position to really take care of a baby. They were still in high school. And my mother actually did not want a child, and she wanted to give me up for adoption. And my grandmother didn't want that. She had 4 boys, and she begged my mother to give me to her. And my mother did. So from 3 days old, I belonged to my grandmother.
What was your grandmother's name?
Doris. We didn't have a lot. You know, we weren't wealthy. We were struggling. She was trying to just manage feeding all the mouths that she had to feed. But the one thing that I can say shaped my existence is the fact that this place that she created for us, her home, our home, was certainly, it felt like a home. And it felt like happiness. My summers were just filled with, like, you know, not being in school and daytime activities and playing hopscotch on the street. We actually didn't have devices. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have anything to occupy our time other than other children. So playtime was really playtime. My grandmother always played a role in my early days of pageantry because she always supported me no matter what I wanted to do. So my first pageant was a talent pageant. I think I was 13 years old. And it was just simply because I wanted something to do. It didn't have anything to do with wanting to be glamorous or a movie star. Other girls in my neighborhood were participating. And it was like, okay, it's that or die on the streets, you know, from being murdered. So yeah, I'm gonna choose the pageant. A lot of things have happened in my family that could destroy people, including myself. And I think that the strength that I have seen throughout our generations has taught me that I can be equally as resilient. My daughter is named after my grandmother. Her middle name is the same. And I think she definitely has her beautiful spirit, her compassion, her intellect, her vibrant, outgoing personality. She's my best friend. When I think about the future, what I want my family to be or look like is happy. I mean, all I ever want is for my family to be happy, healthy, and loved. And I think it's just the minimum of what I would want.